The girl never imagined her mom would abandon her for a man. All her mom left was a note before walking out. Ohana's dad had passed away a long time ago, and her mom had never paid much attention to her. So Ohana had learned to be independent from a young age. By the time she was in kindergarten, she was already doing all the housework. At first, Ohana still hoped her mom would treat her well, but her mom just kept ignoring her. Gradually, Ohana started to feel sad. Nothing around her felt interesting anymore, not the tall buildings, the evening sky, the passing cars, or the crowds. Sometimes she even wondered if she was really her mom's daughter. The only moment Ohana felt happy was when the streetlights slowly turned on at night. They seemed to light up the path ahead for her. When Ohana got home, she found a pile of suitcases by the door and her mom's boyfriend was inside the house. After her mom explained, Ohana finally understood. The boyfriend owed a lot of gambling debts. With debt collectors on his tail, he wanted to take her mom and run away. Ohana stayed quiet for a long time, but she quickly accepted the reality. She told her mom to pack warm clothes if they were going somewhere cold, and light clothes if it was warm. But her mom told her she wouldn't be taking Ohana with them. Ohana thought her mom was wrong to abandon her, but her mom just handed her a note with her grandma's address, telling Ohana to stay there for a while. Before leaving, Ohana told her best friend about what was happening. Koichi, heartbroken at the thought of separating from Ohana, finally worked up the courage to say something. He told her he liked her, had always liked her. Ohana didn't know how to respond. Koichi just told her to be careful on the way, then left, too shy to stay any longer. The next day, Koichi didn't come to see her off. Ohana had never had high hopes for her mom anyway. She figured moving somewhere new might give her a different feeling. Maybe her grandma was as kind as the nice old lady she'd seen, and would even give her candy. Carrying her luggage, Ohana arrived at a hot spring inn. Staring at the old, elegant building in front of her, she already started daydreaming about how good her new life would be. Then she noticed some weeds and gently pulled them out. When she turned around, she saw a pretty girl who held out her hand and told Ohana to get out. Ohana was shocked. Another girl hurried over to stop her, explaining that the weeds Ohana had pulled were actually vegetables they were growing. Ohana's grandma heard the commotion and told Ohana to come upstairs. She handed Ohana a bucket and a rag. Ohana never expected her grandma to be so unkind. As the price of letting her stay, Ohana had to work at the inn. Her monthly living expenses would come from her wages. Ohana's mom had a bad reputation. The head maid couldn't help asking Ohana if her mom was really like the rumors said, dating a different man every day and living a messy life. Ohana didn't know how to answer. The head maid introduced her to the other staff and asked two girls around Ohana's age to show her around. Tomiko was still upset about what Ohana had done earlier and walked away without a word. The other girl, Neko, didn't say anything either. No matter what Ohana said, Neko just stayed quiet. Ohana felt her heart sink. That night, after finally finishing her cleaning work, Ohana passed the kitchen and heard loud arguing. It was Tomiko being scolded by the chef. Ohana tried to stand up for Tomiko, but she only made things worse. Tomiko snapped at her angrily. Everything that had happened that day left Ohana feeling defeated. She replayed the day's events over and over in her head, then fell asleep in her musty-smelling quilt. The next morning, Ohana woke up with a sore body, but she still had to go to work. As she walked past a window, she saw Tomiko preparing ingredients. Tomiko had stayed up so late the night before, yet she'd woken up so early to come to work. Ohana felt impressed and wondered if there was something she could do to help. So she took Tomiko's quilt and hung it on the balcony to air out. But the quilt fell off and hit a guest below. Ohana's grandma got down on her knees and took Ohana to apologize. Luckily, the guests were nice and didn't get angry. After sorting things out, grandma told the head maid to bring Tomiko over. She said Ohana had disrespected